It is Saturday, the 28th of December, 2024. My name is Pigeon Rose, and this is my song of the day. Today, we're taking a kind of a break in the Christmas week to talk about a song that isn't really a Christmas song. I just wanted to talk about it now. Although, I will say that the percussion in this song does not sound like sleigh bells, so that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Now, the song we're talking about today is This Blue World by Elbow. Now, this is the first song on their 2014 album, The Takeoff and Landing of Everything, and it has slowly but surely become one of my favorite Elbow songs. When I first listened to this album, I liked it. In fact, it kind of felt like a return to the form because I got into them after Seldom Seen Kid came out, and then Build a Rocket Boys came after it, and Build a Rocket Boys is not as good as Seldom Seen Kid. There's some great songs on it. In fact, I've talked about the Birds here already, but I was kind of like, maybe they've peaked with Seldom Seen Kid, and then they released The Takeoff and Landing of Everything. I'm like, oh, this is what I was looking for. This is great. And this opening song I always liked, but I kind of liked New York Morning more. But as the years have gone on, the lyrics have become more relatable to me. We'll talk about that. And also, as we know, I'm into long songs. Now, this isn't like supremely long or anything. It's not even Elbow's longest song, but it's like 7 minutes, and I'm into songs about that length. And so as I've grown older and had more experiences, this song has come to mean a lot to me because of what it's about. So we're going to go listen to it now and then come back in a few minutes and talk about it. And that was This Blue World by Elbow. God, I love that song. I love how it's a slow, sweet song, but the keeps this kind of driving beat to it, even though it's not like, it doesn't rush it. It doesn't make it feel anxious or anything. It just keeps this consistent beat to it, and I really love it. It's almost like a heartbeat. I really love that. Anyway, let's talk about the context of the song first. Guy Garvey, the lead singer of Elbow, was for many, many years in a relationship with a woman named Emma Jane Unsworth. She's a writer. She's a journalist and a novelist. And they were dating for a long time, and then they broke up. And a lot of the content of the Takeoff and Landing of Everything is about that and the aftermath of that and Guy's new relationship afterwards. And this song, This Blue World, is about the end of their relationship and kind of their feelings going forward. But what I find really interesting is I just learned now, looking at the Wikipedia before I started recording, that he actually wrote this song, most of this song, before they broke up. Like while they were still dating, he wrote this as a love song, and then afterwards added the last verse about the end of their relationship after they'd broken up. And I find that fascinating because I've always wondered about the way it's structured, and that's really interesting that that's how it happened. There's a quote here. He said, "It's almost saying everything from the beginning of time was leading up to the day we met. So that's very romantic, but something I'm fond of doing when I'm offering a huge romantic gesture is to point out the realities as well." And then it says, after the breakup, he said that the song was about this mythical mix of ex-girlfriends. It's really about her. It's this prophetic thing. I added some lyrics at the end about imagining her going on and having a family without me, which is tough to swallow. So I just find that really interesting. That's how it was, how it came about. But let's talk about the song itself. So, this blue world and her countless sisters, and all that came before that day, our atoms straining to align was the universe in rehearsal for us. When all the world is sucking on its sleeve, you'll hear an urgent Morse in the gentle rain, and if you plot your course on the window pane, you'll see the coldest star in the arms of the oldest tree, and you'll know to come to me. So right off the bat, he goes with this very universal theme, this idea of soulmates, maybe the wrong word considering the breakup, but like this kind of idea of, I suppose twin flames is a more general thing. The idea that the universe put them together, like it was fate. Everything led to them being together. I actually wrote a poem a while ago called Kaleidoscope on a very similar theme. And I wrote another one recently. I love this kind of theme, and it's because of this song. And also The Search from the Sum. I don't remember who it's by. But anyway, so it's saying, this blue world and her countless sisters, so Earth and the planets around it, and all that came before that day. So like everything else, you know. That day presumably being the Big Bang. Our atoms straining to align was the universe in rehearsal for us. So he's saying that like our atoms coming together was the universe, you know, orchestrating it, rehearsing for us, getting ready to form us and put us together because our atoms were straining to align, right? And then when all the world is sucking on its sleeve, you'll hear an urgent Morse in the gentle rain. I feel like that is such a Guy Garvey lyric, an urgent Morse in the gentle rain. But he's saying that like while the rest of the universe is maybe a bit lost or a bit unknowing. Sucking on its sleeve usually refers to like being a baby or something like that, you know. You'll hear an urge of remorse in the gentle rain, that the rain will like send you a message. And if you plot your course in the window pane, so you see the rain going down the window, you'll see the coldest star in the arms of the oldest tree, you'll know to come to me. He's talking about the stars aligning, right? And he's talking about like the rain merging in the window and all of these signs saying come to me, right? Just all these different ways of expressing the idea that they're meant to be and they're drawn to each other, you know. In the back of a broken car when the blizzard blossom flew, reading aloud with our fingers what we both already knew. And the blizzard blossom flew, and the blizzard blossom flew. And then the chorus again. So I feel like this bit is referring to like maybe a specific incident in the back of a broken car when the blizzard blossom flew. It sounds like he's talking about like them being in a car during a storm or something like that. Reading aloud with our fingers what we both already knew. I don't really know what that is supposed to be saying, but it really does sound like they're having sex. Like reading aloud with our fingers what we both already knew. Like we're expressing our love intimately. Does that make sense? And then the chorus again, like I said, and then it changes up slightly for the end. And this is the bit that he added later. And it's my favorite part of the whole song. A sober midnight wish flies over the roofs and down through the years. Would that you and yours are sleeping, safe and warm in sigh's formation. While 3 chambers of my heart beat true and strong with love for another, the fourth is yours forever. So, a sober midnight wish flies over the roofs and down through the years. Would that you and yours are sleeping safe and warm in sigh's formation. So like he said, he's imagining her moving on, starting a family, having children. Safe and warm in sigh's formation is a lovely thing to say, but like that they're all, like, he's wishing her the best. He's saying, like he's sending a wish off to wherever she is, saying, I hope you're doing well. I hope you found a family. I hope you're enjoying life. And then, while 3 chambers of my heart beat true and strong with love for another, the fourth is yours forever, is one of my favorite lyrics of all time. It's so pinpoint accurate to this exact feeling, because I know exactly what he's talking about, being someone who has remained friends with some of my exes, and particularly, I think I talked about this in one of the episodes, one of my boyfriends who we broke up but remained best friends and then got back together later. But I had this feeling, I listened to the song a lot after our initial breakup because of this idea of I may move on with other people, but there will always be part of me that loves you and beats for you the same way, you know. And so I really love this lyric. I love the way it's expressed. It's just so, because he's not saying like I don't love the other person. He went on to date Rachel Sterling, which is a Diana Riggs daughter, by the way, and they're married now and they have a kid. I think they might have 2 kids now. They have at least one. There's a whole song about it, and that I do want to talk about this podcast, so we'll get there, I guess. But the point is that he's saying that, like, I love someone else now, and I love her with so much of my heart, but there will always be a safe space in my heart for you. And I just love that because it's so honest and so relatable. I entirely understand what he's saying. And some people might misinterpret that as being emotional cheating or something, but I think it's very mature actually to admit that and to let yourself feel that way about someone, because denying it will be worse. That's pretty much it for this song, I think. Tomorrow's song will be the end of the week and it'll be much more Christmassy, I swear. But until then, thank you so much for listening. Please hit like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Tell other people about this show. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Soulmate's maybe the wrong word considering the breakup. Imzadi, if you will. Riker.